Anyway, man, Magnus banged the table. Man, ban, ban. Magnus banged the table. Bam. Oh, I gotta see people talking about it in my Facebook feed. Really, and saying like, thank God I didn't like friend these people on Facebook. Man, Magnus banged the table. Ban. But I like the general public when a major news network like Reuters plays the video and then like people start talking about it in the chat. Oh, look at the little baby he lost. The baby he lost. Poor Magnus, he lost. All you're doing is showing how ignorant you are, you know? These are the people that voted for like Donald Trump. Just for example, they're that stupid. They just hate Magnus because he's young and he's been successful or whatever, but bro, I mean, he was such a gentleman about it. But you know what? People don't understand. They don't understand. It wasn't like a normal game that he just like got outplayed and lost. Bro, he was totally winning. He was totally winning like the whole game. Till the end when he blunders into a really, really nasty like one move trick. I mean, with the pass pawn, it was a very undeserved victory for Gukash and extremely lucky. I don't even follow the tournament, but it's ridiculous, you know. Of course the guy's fucking pissed. He was totally winning. It was like he had no chances of losing the whole game. Until in like 1 minute time pressure, it was ridiculous, dude. It was ridiculous. Anyway, I never follow these like top level tournaments, but it's such a joke, dude. It's such a joke. Man, Magnus banged the table. I mean, it's not like he like, you know, assaulted a photographer or something. Alright, so they love to hate Magnus. Everybody loves to hate Magnus. I don't even like Magnus, but I mean, I'll defend him in this case. It's ridiculous. People are so ignorant, you know. Do you have any idea how much pressure this guy's under, and you're gonna be upset with him because he banged the table? Give me a break, man. Morons. He was so sportsmanlike about it. Immediately realized, like, you know, he shouldn't do that. Shook the guy's hand. I mean, it was like, dude, this is exactly what you should do. What's the stupid time control? I don't even know. Zen Chess is gifting into your one community. Thank you, Zen Chess, because lately we haven't been getting any donations to give subs and whatnot. I don't like the Norway tournament. I don't like the format. You know, it just kind of, I just find it amusing, like how the non-chess community reacts. When you face me, you'll try your best, right? Absolutely, yeah. He even patted the guy on the back. He was so diplomatic to Gukash. He's obviously angry with himself, losing a totally winning position. I mean, but people, their takeaway is that Magnus is a bad sport and a baby. You know, that's the takeaway. If that's your takeaway, you're really ignorant. All right, let's see. Join Join our Blitz Swiss. Man, Magnus should be banned. I saw people that are even like frightening like arbiters and shit. FIDE arbiters. One in particular, I won't name any names, who on Facebook like said that Magnus should face disciplinary action for that. So Gypsy9999 is gifting tier 1 sub to the community. Awesome. To Fairco. Zenchess? What the heck is that? Zenchess, are you speaking like Turkey? Speaking Turkey. No, Zenchess isn't speaking Turkey. G Souts is speaking Turkey. Nice. Speak some Turkey. Alright. So I'm going to change the stream title so people don't get outraged. We got two gift subs. Nice. We're starting the tournament here in about 9 minutes. And this guy keeps sending me messages. I don't know what his problem is. And he uses all caps. Ma'am. Do you remember when Jeffrey, what's his name now? Christopher Yu got banned for like assaulting a woman, like after he like stormed off the board? He also like ripped up his score sheet. They made a big deal about that, you know. By the way, he ripped up his score sheet. You know, I don't think that's a criminal offense. Assaulting people is. But damn. Why do we even need score sheets if these games are being played on digital boards? You know what I mean? Did anyone stop to ask yourself this question? If we're playing on a digital board now, we have the technological capability that the whole board is recorded, then we don't need to take the time to record the moves anymore, you know? Alright, for claiming threefold repetitions and stuff, I guess. But I mean, it's really just for your own benefit. You know, if you want to rip up your score sheet after the game, it's not like the organizers at the St. Louis Chess Center. They don't have a copy. They weren't, you know, it's not like the whole game is recorded. He ripped up his score sheet. Oh no. Anyway. Alright. So we got, Edward is back. The mysterious Edward. Zen Chess, Arsenal fan, Cheesy Noob, Brudusu, Stefan, this new guy who sends me cap messages, Ruslan, Asterbate, 10 players so far. Do the players get a baguette? You're doing a tournament this weekend? I am doing a tournament this weekend. I am looking for someone that would like to play with me. Casual games. He's talking about, yeah, training games. Baguettes. Do DGT boards even work without malfunctioning? Yeah, maybe not. Glancing. Glancing make people feel uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable. Magnus made me uncomfortable. He banged the board. Do you ever play with like Korchnoi? Probably knock over all the pieces and shit when he loses and storm out of the room. John McEnroe tennis. Magnus is like practically organizing the Norway tournament. Alright, whatever. What's up, guys? Hey. We're fresh and ready to play. This is a Swiss tournament. So if you're going to withdraw, please do so before the round starts. And by the way, you can only join up until the halfway point, so we can only join up to round 5. Loads of chess players are autistic. Yeah, we'd like to get the RFK Jr. report on that. He publicly claimed this would be his last Norway chess. I'm not really a fan of that tournament anyway, with the retarded format that no one even understands. I don't have any clue. Like, I don't even know how to keep track of, like, you know, who's winning. It's stupid. But I mean, obviously, why would you have a tournament and why would you have a Norway chess without Magnus? I mean, Magnus is Norway chess. Why would they even continue to have the tournament if he doesn't participate? It would be kind of, you know what I mean? Magnus is Norway chess. Ma'am, Cartman banged the board. Ma'am. Ma'am. what is today? Tuesday? On another topic, Mauricio Flores Rios. Alright. So we're going to be starting in 4 minutes. I like the Swisses so I don't have to play the highest rated player in the first game when I'm not even like... I haven't played a game today. I played one Blitz game today. By the way, it's 5 plus 3. Chess and balances sounds good, Zen chess. Like, nice topic for an author to cover. Man. But I mean, dude, did you see how Magnus reacted? He picked himself up. He banged the board out of frustration. Immediately shook the guy's hand. Immediately got up, ran after him, patted him on the back. Is anybody really going to criticize him for that? Are you serious? I can't believe it made Reuters. It's the biggest non-story of all time. Like, seriously, it must have been a slow day at Reuters. If this is a story, to make a story out of that because you don't understand the context, whoever, had the idea of reporting that as a story, at all, you'd have to literally have no understanding of the context. I love it when people report on chess, like non-familiar. There's this one guy that works for the, well, what is it? He writes articles for CNN. See, they don't have a real chess reporter, so the people that write the chess articles are idiots, or at least as far as chess goes, they're idiots. They don't understand anything. In order to understand Magnus's reaction, you have to actually understand what was happening in the game, which is beyond most people, All right, we've got Sparkle Horse, Edward, Zen Chess. It's not like chess is played in some sort of vacuum, is it? You guys, I like vacuums. Gypsy says, Asterbait, thanks for the gift sub. Oh, Asterbait gave Gypsy a gift sub. Gypsy already gave out gift subs, so now we got 3 gift subs from Zen Chess, Gypsy, and Asterbait. You guys can give each other gift subs. It's like Secret Santa. Chess Secret Santa in the office. Asterbait and Gypsy, you guys are Secret Santa partners. Zen Chess will find a partner for you. Guys, 1 minute to go. All right. I was just really offended by the media making anything out of it. I mean, to make a non-story. The biggest non-story of all time is Magnus was unsportsmanlike at a tournament. Magnus banged table. I mean, what a breaking story. Thank you for that. Unbelievable. Just, it reminded me of myself so much. I could just see Magnus's, oh my god, if I don't shake his hand, they're gonna kill me. Alright, 13 players and counting. Man. I know, it's exactly like John McEnroe, and they've, if you really want to be strict, you can fine Magnus like $1,000 for slamming the chessboard, but you don't make a federal case out of it. In tennis or basketball, it would be like they fine the player $1,000 and it's over, whatever. He didn't spit on the referee. Spitting is serious. All right. Now we have to focus. Focus is hard. Focusing is hard. And then you die. 5-minute chess. This is a really hard pairing for my first game. I mean, seriously, it's a small tournament. No, it's exactly like banging a racket. That's the perfect example. I mean, when was the last time Reuters had a story about a tennis player slamming the racket? You know. Oh my God, Djokovic slammed his racket. Oh my God. Whatever. I just thought it was funny. But the most ignorant is the people in the forum. I was so close to writing in. And then I had the same realization. Something like what Magnus had. Like, what am I doing? Now, we want a hedgehog? I don't have to play d5. So, Astrobate, what were you saying about your simul game against me? What happened? You just, like, forgot? You zoned out? You zoned out? It's really hot here. At the moment, it's 92 degrees Fahrenheit. If you guys wonder why I'm so scantily clad. It's a cool, breezy 92 in my office. That is Fahrenheit. My opponent was off the charts. I got scared. You played the Birds opening. Asked if it was your first Birds opening. You got scared. You played d takes c5 and resigned. Or did you? You didn't lose on time. You actually resigned. You got scared. I got scared of my Birds opening. Maybe I misplayed the Birds. Generally speaking, you're playing a Stonewall type formation if you play f4 and d4 in the Birds. Kind of unusual to take on c5. Although, you know, if you take like Jeroen for an example, Jeroen plays the Birds all the time. He sometimes does stuff like that. He's been known to do d takes c5. That's not a reason to resign because you like slightly didn't like your position or something. I slightly dislike my position. I'm gonna resign. I very slightly dislike my position. Come man. I stood up so quickly and I bumped the table. Sorry. I bumped the table. Aspect, no excuses, alright? Don't do that anymore. Wow, I was just thinking about you, Sun Prism. I was thinking of the people that haven't been around lately, and I figured you're busy with school. So, because I at one point years ago, when we first started streaming, I used to even I would even personally invite a handful of players, send them messages, come and play in the tournament on Tuesday. I used to send out messages to people like Zenchess, whoever. But it's time consuming and impractical. And I thought, oh, what about Sun Prism? He hasn't played in a while. Because you were here for a long time. Good evening. Thanks for donating gift sub. Oh, no, sorry. You just subscribed. But same thing. Subs is subs. We have 4 subs today, which we need desperately, guys. Of course, it's always good. It's always good if people donate to my summer tournament fund. But subs is fundamental. The stream can't go on without subscribers. And lately, we've been seeing an economic downturn in the number of subscriptions and whatnot. So, economic downturn. Nice to see you guys. All the regulars. Oh no, you're doing what I'm doing. Gypsy999 just gifted 5 subs. Now that's not an economic downturn. That is not an economic downturn. Thank you, Gypsy. Actually, speaking of players we haven't seen in a long time, Gypsy9999 hasn't been around in a while. and he was a very generous donor in the past, so thanks for that. Five gift subs. I'm in the middle of the Blitz game. Did Wombat, Nifa, the Abominable Joe Man. He was abominable. Caveman Creations, Dukich. Caveman Creations. Oh my god, G4. A move only Nefedov could love. Speaking of Nefedov. Wow. Yeah, G4 is... That's insane. It's not the first time you've done something insane, right? I have to admit, I'm a little bit unsure of what to do about it. G6, weakening my own kingside. Kind of a dangerous option. I wanted to throw in the possibility of me playing E5 without knight F5, but G6 is pretty double-edged. I mean, I'm equal, but winning is another story. Magnus can tell you. This is kind of how I ended up drawing Bala Gimre's dad in the last rapid tournament I played in. This exact sort of thing. Wholesale exchange of pieces. My rook placement is questionable. First thing when I played rook d8, I said, that's not really the right square for the rook. It should actually go on e8. Because this is more typically... I mean, if he had played e4, it would be better. Now this is all right. F3. Not such a stupid move, objectively. Controlling the e4 square. I don't know what to do. Let's just say that White's play with g4 is really radical. Radical, man. It's a lot of pawn moves. You're bringing me back to how I lost to Hjartarson last year. The hedgehog, where I was white in the last round of the European, or whatever, the World Senior Team Championship. Just such a great game by Hjartarson. Just waited for me to overextend myself. It's kind of lured me into overextending myself. Literally. Man. Magnus is bully. He's bullying me again. Yeah. Yeah, that rook is a rook. Rooks are rooks. But I gotta take something, otherwise, how do we win? How do we win here? B5. Double hedgehog break. B5, D5. So what do I got to show for this, huh? White's remaining pieces are pretty solid. You have to admit. Oh no. Scary. Gotta run. Thank you, Gypsy. 9999. He donated. How many gift subs? It's not even clear. 6 gift subs. I don't know why my gift sub count is wrong. Yeah, I thought about that, unfortunately. That I did see at the last possible minute. That's a nice move. Man. Wow. Pre-move. He's got the replunge bonsal thing going on where he plays the time exactly like replunge bonsal. The play, take your time, and then play better, even better when you have less time type thing. It's kind of weird. He had queen c2 there. It's an almost inhuman move. Wow. You definitely shouldn't trade queens. I assume because I'm a pawn up, I should be winning. Because these pawns are fixed. Trading queens was a mistake, definitely. I can go with outside pawn too. Take h5, f5. Oof. Better to play this. Now what happens if take? Well, probably not my best option. Anyway. Ka. Mangus bang table. Ka. Now you have a protected passed pawn. But I have split passed pawns. Splitter. Now you have to try f5. I think when I go h5, you play f5. That's your last chance. Although it's probably still lost somehow. Your only chance. OnlyFans with Arsenal. Content creator. Yeah. I saw your mom's OnlyFans. Really nice. Really nice stuff there. Oh, no, I wasn't talking to you. I was just testing the waters. I was just testing to see who would respond. All right. Back to tournament. Back to tournament. One ongoing game. Okay, 2 minutes between rounds. One ongoing game. Guys, if you're going to drop out, please remember to withdraw. It's been a big problem with Arsenal fan in the past. Inability to withdraw. All in good fun here. All in good fun. Who else is here? We have 16 players total. Zenches, Schumacher, Jeroen, the guy who sends me caps messages, Ruslan Bear, and Arsenal fan. Arsenal fan in last place. Ooh, losing to Sun Prism, the British Championship. The British Championship, wow. Oof. Arsenal banged table. He made 2 blunders, banged table. He was totally winning. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, we had this before. It's interesting that Bishop b5 is White's main move there. I need to study a little bit more the French. I had that as well against Song Prism. What is the tournament? Ready for round 2? 1 ongoing game. Oh, Stefano, Zen Chess. Wow. Alright, Stefano tends to outperform his rating. Didn't he even win? Yeah, this knight f3 also new for me. Arsenal fan. I mean, I guess they always played that line, but it was never, like, considered standard. It doesn't seem like till recently. Oh, no. Man. Cowbang table. What? Wow. Wow, what's happening here now? Check. Oh no. Oh no. Zen Chess pulls it out. Okay, I was looking at the board from the back side, my favorite viewpoint, and I guess maybe Zen Chess was winning all the way, but I wasn't sure what was going on. I would prefer to see that from the other side. We have a request to play 3-0 randomly. Guys, welcome to join our team and join our tournament. Team, Pawndabl team. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we got new followers. Ilya Drug. Magnus banged the table. I don't even like Magnus, but you know what? What I hate is like ignorant people who don't understand chess at all, having opinions about whether or not it's okay for Magnus to bang the table, you know? What's up, Mr. Coffee? Hello? Where's our tournament? No. Oh no. I lost it. 2 minutes between rounds. Please withdraw from the tournament if you're not going to play anymore. Otherwise, somebody's going to get cheated out of a game and get a free point. It's not an arena. You can't just leave without telling anybody. Astrobate gifting a tier 1 sub to Donut Fighter 69 Dog. DAWG. Now, Mr. Coffee, I saw this really cool t-shirt that, like, every t-shirt they sell, they donate to a cat adoption. It has, like, a cat with, like, 2 pistols. It's like, pew, pew. Pew, pew, motherfucker. Cat donation t-shirt. I'm gonna get one. Alright. 8-eye. Now that's an interesting flag. St. Pierre. I played with a kid in baseball when I was, his name was St. Pierre, when I was 11, 12. Good solid French name you got there. Alright, we've been playing the Ross Limo a lot. I find that players tend to become disoriented when you force them into the closed nature of the Roslimo. We're getting really tough players so far. Cheesy Noob isn't, you know, master in English, and he said he was looking for someone to play training games with. No baguettes included. We had the exact same game last week. Or whenever, yeah, last week. We had the same game with Redusu. Yeah. Reducey. He was reduced. Thank you very much. Donut Fighter is now a subscriber. I can't speak. Tongue-tied. Anyway, this player is not using too much time. I have come to realize that's not good. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Capiche? Guys, any bets on who's going to finish last in this tournament? I didn't want to play H3, but I'm having renewed interest in it. Yeah, this is nothing special for white. Redusu played like Bishop G4 against me in last week's game, which was really bad for black. But if black doesn't do anything stupid, I think the position is pretty equal. Now you're really asking me to play G4. Wow. You're like, please play G4? Please? Please? Hello? Cows chess team. Please report to the gymnasium. Magnus is holding a simul for the Cows chess team. Yeah, I mean, how does white play the C4 break? Black is a sick puppy. I guess there's this square. That's my side. Why are you attacking my side? I don't know. Isn't that my side of the board? I'm sorry. I thought that was my side of the board. The other side is your side. This is my side. That's your side. But he doesn't seem to understand it like that. Astrobate is scaring you. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes he does that. You mean in the chat or on the chessboard? Both. No, sometimes he plays really well. If he gets out of the opening, there are kind of like two things that have to happen. He has to get out of the opening with a reasonable position and then not do something totally crazy. He has really good skill with just kind of coordinating his pieces and stuff. What you've really got to hope is that ultimately he's not very good with pawn play, and he discriminates against pawns, so you're kind of like hoping that the pawn play aspect of the game becomes a factor. My ongoing joke with Asterbait, and I haven't been able to help him fix it, but I don't think he's ever like promoted any pawns after like 30,000 lichess games or something. He has something like 0 promotions. I know that sounds rather unbelievable. I didn't really want to push my pawns onto the dark squares, but if you're going to force me, like you keep threatening to play f5, I'm a hugger. It's almost impossible to get a closed position against Asteroid. Interesting. Interesting. Uh-huh. I never thought about it like that. So we do e5. Now he's going to manage to get his light square bishop in the game. We also have to contend with possible sacrifices. But at the end of the day, I mean, my big space clamp is going to kill the other 2 pieces. You know, should still be... It should still be better for white. But no, he does get his light square bishop in the game. I'm not sure I played this right. You know, I may have been a little hasty. Possible I was a little bit hasty about this. Where? C4. Oh, speaking of C4. Arsenal was talking about C4 earlier. This is an absolute nightmare. Arsenal's reference to the C4 quote-unquote break. That bishop on D5 is a really nice piece. And it will be leaving. I'm going to have to take it at some point. But there's more to life than the bishop on D5, I guess. General space advantage. Only a position that someone on sound could love. He has generalized space disorder. Someone on sound would love this. What a sicko. Speaking of, like, you can't get an open position against him. I mean, closed position. Closed, open, whatever. Adi must really like closed positions. Now I get another message. Oh, there he is. Speaking of someone on sound, he sent me a message now. Can you believe that? What is the chances? Exactly at this moment. He sent me a message. Nice move, Rook F7. Be the ball. Great play by Black. I don't know anything about this player, but they have a very high bullet rating. And they seem to gravitate toward closed positions. You know, the other piece, one of those pieces is coming back through. Yeah, exactly. He takes D5. How's my knight on H2 driving? Good? Nice. Now I take something. Not sure if this is enough. Still not so simple. it's pretty important, I would say, this pawn. The importance of that pawn cannot be underestimated. Squeeze me? Can you squeeze me? Wow. All right. C-file. My knight at F3. Mr. Knight on F3. Well, you have that move? Oof. Here? Oh, you want to play that? Oh no. Oh no. Crafty defenders. Well, that's mildly annoying. Shouldn't matter. All right. There he is. Someone on sound. Does he know I'm streaming? Someone on sound, are you out there? Mangs banged the board. Did you bang the board? 2-0. Edward. Ooh, oh, Edward's like perfect. Who's Edward anyway? Two very strong opponents already dismissed. They won the last tournament. Edward's rating 2505 bullet, 2290 blitz. They seem human. Sanchez 2-0, Dinekis 1.5. Sun Prism, Masturbate, Redusa, Addy, Uber Driver with Dropout. Uber Driver, are you gone? I guess you got a fair. Cheesy Noob. Guys, if you can't play, please withdraw. Did you have Knight takes D5, Queen D5, and Queen F3? I didn't see that at all. Arsenal fan. If that worked, I did not see it all. I probably missed. I don't feel like I played very sharply. I'm missing a lot. You know, I'm not up to speed yet, tactically. Kind of hot in here, if I'm going to make excuses. You know, I'm well rested. I feel fine, but I don't play as well under hot conditions. It seems like. As cooler ones. What was that? Wow, a random dude has tipped 604. Oh, random dude. Cat dude. So I've played Edward twice and I don't remember. I don't remember the games. Don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember. Knight takes d5. Oh my god. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's a wing gambit, Asterbait. Would I tell you about this? Sabanko. B3. I don't know. I don't know anything about this. What this is. This is crazy. You're crazy. I haven't moved any central pawns. No. It's a little insane. What if Edward is just like secretly Aldisto or some other account with a new name? Remember Aldisto used to always play wing gambit type of stuff? What if he's back, but he's a different player now? It's a King's Indian. That's a weird ass King's Indian. It's a Grunfeld. It's a weird ass King's Indian, man. You got to admit. Yeah, I mean, great for bullet chess. I mean, he seems to be very good at bullet chess, but I wouldn't trust this beyond blitz. And one of the things about Aldisto was always the bishop pair. Really big on bishop pair. This is probably a mistake. What else am I supposed to do, though? Aldisto was really good with bishop pair. Dragonfly Hunter. Alice. Ah. The Fairy Tale Chess. Fairy Tale Chess trainer. Alice is gonna grow bigger and bigger. That's a possibility, but it's a long way before the end game. I guess you could say I have a queenside majority. It's a really psycho opening for white. I mean, it's one thing to play the wing gambit is fine, but I mean, I didn't play c5. I mean, what is it? I didn't play e4. Wait, how does it have to be? I played c5. I played the English. Why doesn't this work? You didn't play e4. It's very weird, because you didn't play e4. Now what do I do? Bishop takes f3. That would make sense with the Aldisto. Pawn takes. Whoa, alert. 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 Knight h5, pawn takes knight. Bishop takes. Wow. I can't resist. I like this hole so much. He's going to get checkmated in a lot of scenarios. And I don't think that b7 pawn is going to be living for very long. So we're totally going on a different path. Alice is no longer really the future here. The future is something very different. You almost wonder if you could sack a rook here. That's a bit extreme. So, curious how this goes. He keeps his little pawnee. He's going to keep his little pawnee, right? Okay. Keep your little pawnee. Give me your pawnee. My little pony. I'm just gonna take it in pawnee. Little pawnee. How's your bishop doing? I mean, no, bishops. Aldisto's not the psycho. Future is now. Aldisto isn't the psycho. You know, he's kind of principled. But speaking of people that I missed from the stream, he played a lot, and he was one of the best kind of master-ish level players who would regularly maybe win my Tuesday tournaments, and he hasn't been coming anymore. Now suddenly my opponent has seen the light. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Okay, bishop e5. I always want to play bishop e5. There's also this diagonal. No particular threat. Rook g1. Queen h3. Rook g2. Knight f4. Rook g3. Bishop b2. Oh no. Oh no. That's not what I expected. No. No, I think we're gonna have to do this. We're just gonna have to take this pawn. No mates. We're still up our original pawn. We'll have to settle for this. The original. What was that? Original. Yeah, not a good Rook b1 Grunfeld for white. Hello. Oof. I have knight f4. You know, Clarence. Yeah, white is a wild man. He needs to tone it down. Damn. I need to be freaking careful. G5. There's the A pawn. Alice. Just ask Alice. Speaking of Alice, did you say something about Alice? You know of an Alice? You know, maybe somebody was right about the Alice thing. Future is now. Alice, the reference to Wonderland. Hitting my knight. Very subtle. Check, Queen H4. But check Queen H4 doesn't do anything. Let's not and say we did. Why don't we not play Queen H4? Rook B3. There's going to be counterplay. Counterspiel. Rook D5. Rook C5. I have a plan. Damn, he saw Rook D5. But then what do you do? Oh. Oh no. 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 Oh no. He found a way out. A sensible way out. Alright. Crazy. Zen chess is trying to maintain his perfect score. Oh no. What happened? Where is he? Zen chess lost against Dinakis? What? Whoa, major upset. Major upset. Good matchup here. Reduce. Oof. French defense. No. It was a Bogo. Knight BD2 C5 Bogo. Not a variation I ever really played. That's not right. So some person just totally botched the opening. But man, what happened to Zen chess losing to Dinakis? What? In a Najdorf? Black's fine. Dinakis is out of book. When did we leave book here? It's weird, there's no games. Okay, so H4, a kind of random move. Zen chess was fine. Central pawn. Totally. It's a matter of consolidation. Zen chess banged the table. For sure after that game. Stop torturing. Alright. So I called this Pawndaba Blitz Swiss. I figured what we'll do, and I never did this, you know, on a regular basis, but what we can do is make the Swiss, like, you know, regularly once a month. That makes sense. We don't want to do Swisses all the time because people get bored of it. But we make one Swiss a month, either Blitz or Rapid. Yesterday I had this really crazy, like, tongue twister thing where I said something totally unintelligible. My son thought I was having some kind of, you know, mental breakdown. I was just like, blah, blah, blah. All right, we're in first place, narrowly ahead of Dinekis. Bunch of players with 2. Saxac draw joined. Uh-oh, spoiler alert. Uber driver's out. No Nefidov, there he is. Nefidov lost against Saxac draw. Late joiners. The matchup of late joiners. The Caps message guy. He's gone. Addy's gone after just 2 rounds. Okay, I know a lot of people are going to be in later. Oh, by the way, earlier we had, we did a donation from a random dude earlier. Was that you? That was you, Saxac Draw? A random Saxac Draw? 604. I should have known it was you. But you haven't been around lately for a little while. A very short while. Nephew Dog. He doesn't like it when I call him that. No, it's Nephew Dog. It sounds better. Nephew Dog. Alright guys, we'll see if we can do the 9 rounds. If people keep dropping, it might become tight in terms of pairings, and, you know, maybe we'll only have 7 or 8 rounds, depending on what happens. You can still join, though. We can still get more players until through round 5, halfway. Thank you guys for the kind donations. Dinekis plays he plays the Sicilian himself. Doesn't he play the Nidorf himself? So maybe that was the issue. But Zenchess is better prepared, I think, opening wise, because he's more of a tournament player. Less of a blitz player. Although Zen plays a lot of blitz, he's pretty serious about chess. And knight d7 now. Long time, no P. I've been toying around with the idea of doing another stream, or maybe I'll just play tournaments like hourly arenas and stuff. I really ought to do 5 streams a week. Just play. Just move. Don't. Just don't. That was Anatoly lying. The one time I played him. He was in trouble, but he drew. And he got really nervous during the game and irritated. So someone stood near the board. He was like, please, don't. Just don't. I was thinking recently, like, if you let things bother you, external things, it's you know, paying too much attention to the external things. You have to tune out all external things. You should be thinking about, you know, you should be focusing on what, you know, you're trying to do. Don't focus on the external things. When you walk down the street, don't focus on external things. Think about what you're supposed to do. What you're trying to do. Anyway, no, I'm just trying to better myself, and you know, Anatoly line. Typical reaction, you know, something starts to go wrong, you blame the spectators. Typical human excuses, you know. Please. The dude was like 2 feet away from the board. He wasn't even close. Please, just don't. Alright, B4. I want to develop your pieces, yes? Roy Lopez feel. We had a great game submission from Mr. Slow last week. Yefim Geller torturing Antoshin in a Lopez. I don't really play the white side of this, you know. At Bishop D3, I'm out of book. Move 5. Basically. But I find it works pretty effectively. Knight B6. Yes. Is this Stanekis guy? I mean, he's come out with some really weird results. Some very good results. Kind of dominating even 1 or 2 recent tournaments out of nowhere. But another thing is that he seems to do funny things with his ratings. This Blitz rating is a total lie. It's a total lie. His bullet rating is like 2,000 almost. His rapid rating is over 2,000. Classical's 2,000 and Chess 960 is 1721. So his Blitz rating is a scam. He's not 1746. It's very annoying when you see the rating and it messes with your mind. You know, he's not 1746. He's at least 1900. 1721 in Chess 960. So your Chess 960 rating and your Blitz are the same. That's messed up because Chess 960 is always a lot lower than Blitz. There's no way your Chess 960 and your Blitz should be even close. Yeah, he's kind of unpredictable. Now he's tanking for a long time here. You know, I thought he should have played H6, honestly. That's a very solid Chess 960 arse. If your Chess 960 is 19 something, you should be around 2200 probably in normal. I couldn't get over 2200 in Chess 960. B3, A3. I'm actually ahead on time. Guys, by the way, did I win the Wing Gambit game? Oh yeah. That was interesting in the opening, but I think he went wrong with the crazy, you know, G takes F3. This is a Roy Lopez. This is your brain on Roy Lopez. In my mind, he's still got a knight that can come to B6. Isn't that crazy? His knight was formerly on D7, right? No. Yeah, it was. So in my mind, I'm still seeing this knight coming to C4 somehow. Isn't that weird? I'm preparing for that. Ah, he's psychic. Because of course he is. Alright. A debatable decision to play Bishop H6. I mean, it's pretty subtle play by black. He's not 1700. But unclear, you know, he's really 2000. What I'm trying to say is unclear. His true strength is a little bit unclear. But clearly the rating is absurd. What am I gonna do? He has exchange sacrifices sometimes. Redundant knights. I'm only very, very slightly better. Time to bang the board. Plays best when he's losing. Well, I feel like there's a lot of people here like that. Replenish Bonsall. There was someone else. Oh. Not Shockey. Sensei. Sensei played really well when he's losing. I don't know what to do. Completely confused. Look at that. His subtly avoiding me. E5. I don't think this is a good move. Shit. Black's play is yeah, maybe it's just a matter of motivation. Like, he tries harder than normal. That must mean that he doesn't try at all. Like, normally he just kind of doesn't care. So the normal Dinekis, like, kind of just doesn't care and just does whatever. But the super motivated one, he can play really well. Now, I'm not, like, you know, taking it easy on anybody here. I'm trying to play my best. But we don't have much advantage. Wow. Knight h5 and knight h6. That's pretty subtle, man. Bishop on d5. The wooden shield. Hikaru's favorite. Actually reminds me of the time that I lost against Hikaru. Look at this move, very subtle. Bishop takes, knight takes. Unbelievable. Wow. I am confused. It's unbelievable how good he is. Really frightening. Like, I'm playing a master strength player. Normally he doesn't put up this kind of resistance. He's almost equal. There it is, knight g8. Yeah, this is what's similar with my game with Hikaru. When I lost to Hikaru, it was the same kingside situation. White knight on g5 in a French. Ironically. g4 is a bit risky. Check. Hope I don't miscalculate. What? No. What a fight. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Oh no. Not an easy game. We managed to take it down. Good thing is, and the bad thing is, we can't play the same player twice. So, it's possible this tournament can't fulfill the 9-round goal. If people drop out, Sun Prism seems to be gone. This guy's gone. 3 gone. 4 gone. Uber Driver's gone. 4 are gone. Still, it's time to join. This is their last chance to join. 5 players are gone. Edward is gone. So I don't know if we're going to make it through 9 rounds. We'll play as many as we can. Well done. I don't know. He was fully equal up until really deep in that game. He defended great. The rope-a-dope knights on like G8. My God. I almost overextended myself. I wouldn't be surprised if I was worse somewhere. And at the end, I was desperate with like G4. That was typical how I lost to Hikaru with black. Knight wedged on G5 is really awkward for black. You can't get it out of there after having played H5. Black can defend, but has to be really careful. I think he was fine. But once he let me change pawns on G4 and let me play Rook H1, it was over. Though I could mess up that endgame. I almost did. Yeah, I know. Instead of Rook takes H6, maybe I have a better move there. Arsenal fan. Alright. Good. We can't play E4, E5 against Arsenal fan. Or the Aliahine's defense is bad too. What do we got? We play the Sicilian. But no Knight C6. Richie Rouser. What about an E6 Sicilian? Seems like E6 Sicilian maybe. White's, Arsenal's like... Maybe he doesn't know E6 Sicilians quite as well as the others. I don't know. I had, some of this I haven't played it in a little while. Mr. Slow. So instead of Rook H6, Arsenal played Bishop G5 against me. Wasn't it you? Was it you, or was it someone else who played it against me? Maybe Repunch played it against me. somebody played it against me, and I was like, that's weird, you know? And it's not a very great move, but it's an interesting move. That's like not that common. Normally Arsenal doesn't listen to the stream while we're playing, which is probably a good idea. Too many chefs spoil the soup. So he goes into exchange variation. This is White's main line. Now that move I'm unfamiliar with. It looks like some kind of secondary variation. Is there anything dramatically wrong with it? Maybe. I mean, how do you defend B2? Bishop D2 should be, you know, not as good as knight E4, which is obviously the main line. It still might not be such a bad move for White. Maybe it's equal. But 99% of games go knight E4 here. Knight takes D5 was also harmless. It's really knight E4 or nothing, you know? I mean, you can still be equal, but he can't get an advantage without knight E4. This is the Richie. He's invented something here. It looks like that's possibly a legitimate trap of some sort. Oof. Rook B4. You want to get really insane? Rook B4. Rook takes B2, bishop B3 is the main idea. He wants to just trap my guy. It's a nice idea. Very nice. But guess what? You can't play C4 with your bishop on C4. Just letting you know. If I do nothing though, what am I doing? This is insane. This is an insane move. This is just not right. Knight F4 ideas. Take with the bishop. Queen H4 doesn't feel right. And now, Rook B4. I mean, Bishop B4. But what is my queen doing over there? That's just it's a scam. Bishop B4, Knight E4. I'm getting scammed. Takes, check. Bishop E4, Knight E4. Arsenal scam Richie. This doesn't look right. What I'm doing doesn't seem right. I played Queen H4 impulsively. It doesn't look like a fundamentally correct move. He answered it, of course, with Queen E2, which is constructive. So what am I doing now? I have no bishop on C8. It just occurred to me. This is my problem. So strategically, White is much better. I could play F5 or F6. Are you threatening me? Does anyone know what the fuck I'm doing here? What's wrong with F5? What's right with F5? I don't like this. I don't like what I'm doing here. Oh, insta take. He instantly took. Queen takes, loses a pawn. Pound. I guess I could play bishop takes c3. Knight takes. Where's my queen going? I think I just heard an elephant at the zoo. Elephant noises. All right. I don't know what I'm doing. But neither do you. Elephant at the zoo. Bishop d6. Wow. That's insane. Pretty insane. You are insane. You are insane. Safer move. Safer and badder. Bishop d6, g3, or he could just play h3. I mean, ultimately, bishop d6 is very, very strange and artificial. Okay. Still trying for that cheapo. If knight g4, h3. Good Arsenal. Mr. Arsenal. How's my light square bishop? Good? He's trying not to create any weaknesses. He's playing very solid. Not in a passive way, but, I mean, you know, trying to be, I think, reasonable. A lot of people play way too recklessly. Wow. Alright, I'm going to need to play d5 at some point. I'm going to need to see your license. Oh, I've got knight g4. Oof. I forgot I was attacking f2. Wow. I totally forgot I was attacking f2. Oh my god. I've got the f file. So that was a major mistake. I missed knight g4. Obviously, I would have played it if I had realized. But he has to play queen f1, no? Or he's still okay? Nah, this can't be okay. He had to play queen f1 there. I also have bishop a6. Maybe he's still hanging on after queen f1. I'm definitely cheating. Yeah, that was a weird game. The engine says it's basically equal all the way. Until he played g3. Yeah, he'd been very conservative with his pawns until that. My queen h4 though, I mean, this seems like such a weird move. It's actually okay. Bishop d2. So, only one game where this happened. Karklin's Langrek. Got Karklin's. Played both of these guys. It's a novelty. Queen h4 is weird. I never thought I was better here, but bishop b4 is a mistake. Could have played knight f4. Anyway, Arsenal fan, the last thing was, I thought you had bishop f1. Queen f1, I mean. Yeah. So, what happens if you play queen f1? I can play e5. That's funny. Okay, your bishop's still hanging. e5 is pretty strong. Queen takes h3, bishop takes h3, bishop f1, rook takes f1, or king takes f1. This is still very strong for black. You're going to just drop the b2 pawn. I didn't see I had rook takes f2. I missed it. Now I would have played knight g4 on the move before. Of course, it's completely winning. All right. Reduce and reuse is round 5 Dinekis. Oh my god. This is one opening now. Looks like Dinekis got just absolutely trashed here. But he still has some perpetual chance there. That's over. He's down 2 pieces. Damn, dude, what was this opening? Oh, it was a closed Sicilian. What happened? How did this happen? Basically nothing was happening till white played c3 in this game. It was just a closed Sicilian. I thought it was some kind of crazy King's Indian or something. So, Arsenal fan with 3, reduced with 4. Sachs at draw is spoiling. Nefedov still playing. Schumacher, the Classico. Schumacher with 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Did you berserk, Schumacher? Looks like a berserk situation. Wait, this is not arena. Right, Arsenal fan, exactly. I didn't think you would play g3. You didn't make any pawn weaknesses. And that's why I didn't play knight g4, because I figured you wouldn't play g3, you would play h3. If you don't play g3, it's basically equal. But knight d4 is the move. I mean, in the opening, you know, that's supposed to be the main line. Here comes shared hype trains, guys. Gypsy9999 with 6 gift subs. Astrobate with 2. Zenchess with 1. Crushing it with gift subs. Guys, analysis stream Thursday. Let's go for the hype train. Analysis stream Thursday. I've only got a couple of submissions. So Schumacher, Redusu we got a game from. Schumacher, send me a game. Arsenal fan, if you're here Thursday. Zenchess is out. If anyone else is here, Schumacher, Sun Prism is out. Uber Driver's out. Astrobate, send me your game. Stefano's still here. Stefano's having a rough time today. He's been in contention in these before. That's kind of weird. Alright, guys. Now, theoretically, we're supposed to have 4 more rounds. I don't know how many rounds we can play, because only half the field is remaining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players, 11 players. It looks like 11 players are still in. With pairing, it might be getting a little tricky after round, like, 6. Handcrafted pairings. I put in, like, no Astrobate. Illegal pairings. Astrobate, Sparkle Horse. I wouldn't want him losing on time. There's the spoiler. I just feel like playing something different. Everyone's expecting me to play e4. I noticed somewhere weirdly that my statistics with the g3 are best of all my moves or something weird like that. I think this is a good English line for white. Black should avoid it. Not like it's crushing or anything. Been known to wonder in this position myself with black. Maybe even had one of these with sack draw already in previous game. I don't remember. But he's quick. I'm not taking her bishop on before. I learned that the hard way a couple years ago. This horrible game I lost. God, it was so bad. I've lost some horrible games. It's so funny, like you don't realize how horrible it is while it's happening till it's too late, and you're like, my God, can't believe how bad I played. Right. Rook e8. I wonder what would happen if I played knight c3. Never been a big fan of doing that. Doesn't feel right though to play d3. a3, d4. a3, bishop c5, d4, take. Nothing special there. But I really might want to keep the d4 in reserve. I don't know. It's half a minute ahead of me. I have a total mental block against taking that bishop on b4 after what happened to me in the Hungarian Super League. Last round, like, what was it, 2022? Horrible. One of the worst games I ever lost. I just never castled and got absolutely destroyed. I used to think of the English as a solid opening until that game. And then I was like, man, maybe the English isn't really a solid opening. White can do f4. Speaking of solid, gonna need a console with Ding the Ren at some point here. f4, not the safest. No, it's alright. Instant decision. Just an instant decision to take there. Interesting. Alright. I know my plan is. Not going to take with the G pawn, and you play like knight f5, knight h4. That's a nice. You're getting mated. He's so quick, the pressure. The pressure. Always with the pressure. d4, e4. Do I really want to do that? I got it in my back pocket. Portnoy, my big inspiration for this type of position. You want to get the mated. What I mean, you're gonna play queen g5, is that it? Weird, man. Seriously. I have queen f3. How is he so fast? He doesn't even have a high bullet rating. He's so fast. Queen F3, anyway. Just because. Let's preemptively defend against the massive threat of Queen G5. I have a huge pawn center. And I think I can just play maybe D4, Bishop D2. That's a really, really, really dangerous move by black. Really? Did I say really? Wow. Bro. Not in the short term sense. I'm talking long term. Now what you need is like your bishop on G7. Damn, knight H5. Just asking for it. What a move. It's crazy. H5. Just do that. Yeah, okay. Unbelievable. Wow, dude. I don't know what to say. I guess we're just gonna play. So how do I answer H4? Knight E2. I'm down to a minute. To his 3 minutes. Because he doesn't need to think. It's weird. Haven't played the guy in weeks. He can play without thinking. It's complete. Is it complete intuition? Is that what it is? You're able to play with just total intuition. You don't calculate. It's like enhanced acerbate. I wanted to play E4 and sacrifice a pawn, like E4, knight takes C4, queen D3. But then I saw bishop D7, and I didn't like bishop E5. So I think that would have fallen flat. He doesn't play H4. Really weird. I mean, it looks like a strong move. Rook F8 is just like non-committal pass move. Just kind of not doing anything. Why did I play bishop H1? Oh yeah. No, I still don't know why I played bishop H1, but whatever. You don't have a bishop. See, if the B6 bishop was on G7, his king would be much safer. Wow. The instant recapture. Whoa, dude, what is happening here? The instant of recapture. Who's attacking who? King h7. King h8. I don't know about this. E6. Bring me to A6. Must be nice not having to calculate. He's still got something. Wow. That was kind of creepy. Not even a little creepy. A lot creepy. Wow, he took that way. I was worried about the other move. But again, the limitations of not calculating could be serious. My God, dude. How can he be that fast? It's insane. His bullet's 2200. Bullet 2200 is really slow. Is really low for the speed he plays. He's like almost able to just instantly move. I have to do click move. He must play on the phone or something. I don't know how he's that fast. Like, what's the secret? Phone? I mean, his rating is way too low for his strength. I mean, it's bizarre. That was kind of lucky. Magnus would definitely be banging the table, and I would completely understand. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I gotta start playing with my phone. Knight takes h5. Yeah, I was plus 1.6 on h5. Immediate knight takes h5 was good. Wow. Yeah, he gets crushed apparently on e4. I missed it completely. Yeah. That was a battle. Guys, we have 3 rounds left. I don't know if we have enough players for that. If we'll see, but I don't know if we'll be able to do 3 more rounds due to lack of remaining standing players. Since we've all played each other, Nefedov will probably play next. Maybe Ruslan Bear. We might be able to squeeze out 9 rounds. I don't know. Cheesy Noob not here. Edward not here. Asterbait still here. Euruin maybe still here. Stefano's still here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like we have 5, 6, 7. Addy's back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we might be able to finish 9 rounds. Obviously, I'm playing for a draw at the end. And winning was just like a miracle. Winning was never really a normal possibility there. But, okay, you always have to be careful with the outside pawn. So it ended up being a disaster for black. He managed to lose that. Not easy to do. Also wasn't easy for Magnus to lose to Gukesh in the board banging game. But we can find a way, right? All right, Nefedov, really tough opponent for me. We have 444 games. This is game 445. 445. Nefedov. Welcome to game 445. The Pirch defense. Nefedov he's practicing the anti-Kraken. No a4. a4 is bad. I knew that I was killing him in the opening there. I've been black in that line, you know, in games where the center pawns just wreaked havoc. This is a Merva move. Nefedov trying to play critical f4. So I don't remember if Nefedov has actually played this maybe once already. But I will caution you that, you know, you should kind of play in a style that's normal for you. For someone who plays the Austrian attack against the Pirch, I would think f4 is a no-brainer. But if you don't play the Austrian attack, then again, Nefedov has this weird repertoire where stuff seems... Oh, that's the Mr. Slow variation, isn't it? That's what Mr. Slow played. This is my game with the Ukrainian guy and Mr. Slow. So this is your brain on drugs. E5, bishop b7, pawn takes f6, bishop takes g2. Pawn takes g7, bishop g7, queen g4. There's no need for that kind of nonsense. What is there a need for? Pawn takes pawn. What if I take first? Feels like a mistake, but I'm not sure. Can I sack a piece? Well, I can always play knight d5 like a Pirch. Bishop b7 takes, bishop g2. Oh no, there's like pawn takes g7, queen h4 check. Well, you only live once. Bring it on, Nefedov. Oh, does this not work? Oh no. It's not that clear. It might be a little too much. I might be losing. Gillians. Queen g4 first. Oh, that's a neat trick. The whole rook and nothing but the rook, so help you God. Wow. What the hell is going on here? Check. Nefedov would probably go for a queen exchange. What are my alternatives? Maybe I don't really have any good alternatives. If we trade queens, because I'm not forced, but if we trade queens, he doesn't have to. That's a rational position. You'd think he would be happy to trade queens, given this insane situation. Obviously, this is part of Nefedov home preparation. He studies the lines very deeply, especially the Kraken. The unexplored variations. Bishop d3, this is my third game with bishop d3. I mean, against a decent player, anyway. I think that maybe I'm making a mistake here. And I should probably play rationally with knight c6. The problem is after knight c6, knight f3, bfd. Bishop e7 is kind of too passive. Maybe computer has a gambit there. c5. c5 pawn takes pawn e5. I know that sounds crazy. He doesn't trade queens. Man, I'm just one move away from casting queenside. I hope he doesn't think he's like winning material. Oh, I gotta be careful here. Looks like rook f8 is forced. My rook's defending on the other side. Oh my god, that's really a bizarre line. Like knight d7, queen takes check, king e7, queen g7. Wouldn't do anything. I mean, I don't think that Nefedov typically is as at home in total chaos positions as I am. I can castle and he can. Material. You know, Stockfish is going to be like, oh, the toe pieces is better than the rook. I know. My rook and pawn for 2 pieces is always bad. according to Stockfish. But that's fine if you're a computer. Bishop g5, not bishop h6. So what the heck is going on now? Are you threatening me? You're not threatening me. Queen f6 is a one-move threat. I have queen h5 check. Queen h2. Obviously queen h2 makes kind of more sense. Now I will have a castling problem. Bishop d8, triple exclaimer, Emery Gate. Wow, that's a weird move. So he's removing the knight back. Okay. Weird, but not bad, huh? You trying to trap my queen? I have knight c6. What else would I do? The bishop on h1 is such a funny piece, isn't it? It's really helping. The bishop h1 is definitely on the board. It's fully on the board. Aspade likes it. Where did the pinned link go? Yeah, really. Ripped his back with a pink account. Zipped. Okay, your knight is pinned. The other knight can't move. What can I do, though, in the meantime? Walk away. When in doubt, walk away. King d7, king c8. No, can't do that. We need king d7, rook e8. What is white threatening? Rook f1? He wants to play rook f1. King d7, rook f1. Rook f1 looks pretty annoying, I have to say. Well, my queen is trapped. Nefedov suddenly playing for time. Where did that come from? What? Where is he getting this from? Where is he getting this super speed play from? He lost on time. I don't know how to react. I should take on a4 probably. This is unbelievable monstrosity. What is that guy talking about? To get out of here. Your 4-year-old stuff. World's most underrated 4-year-old. Okay, Queen E5 is a mistake. Ooh, it's plus 2-5. Look at that. Nefedov, 2 inaccuracies, 1 mistake. Super suspicious play by Nefedov. For this time control, he's massively sus. Then the operator didn't have enough time for the last move, and he eventually flagged. What a game by Nefedov. Unbelievable. 1 ongoing game. Stefano still. Oh no. Okay, Stefano's winning. You gotta get faster at operating the computer, Nefedov. I mean, you're still a little too slow. There's no drama. It's just 4-year-old stuff. He always focuses on. I just didn't want to look at it. There was no drama. Sorry. Sadly not. No drama. It's just a timeout. It was a non-story, non-drama. It's just like Repunch just constantly talks about 4-year-olds and Gukash and just he's just drivel. He's talking drivel again. We don't even know what he's talking about. Something about 4-year-olds. The world's best 4-year-old. Not important. All right, guys. So, do we have enough to get another pairing out? Round 8. Yeah, I've been lost in a couple games now. It seems to be getting worse. Against Nefedov, I was lost out of the opening in the Kraken. That's the 3rd time I've struggled in that line to get out of the opening. Against Sexac Draw, I was borderline lost. I was lucky against Dinekis. I don't know what was going on. It seems like every game got a little bit more and more messy. Nefedov, I gotta fix this game. No, I don't think taking on E5 is right for me. I know this exchange. I never do this normally. But even B5 is bad. Yeah, this Bishop D3, I have to look at that again. It's an unusual move. The normal line is Knight F3. So, again, I have to take a second look at that. It's unusual to have people play Bishop, Bishop before Knight. We're gonna have to double check that. Well played by Nefedov. He managed to keep his composure in a very irrational position. Obviously a computer would crush me. But at one point he used a lot of time. I guess he was loading a different engine or something. No cheaters today. Just no talking about 4-year-old prodigies in the stream. We just have to lay down the law sometimes. And it's always fun to time out zipped. Okay, Ruslan Bear, round 8. Round 8 has started. How's our timing on this? Okay, 9 o'clock. So it was about what I figured. 9 rounds should take 2.5 hours. Ruslan Bear is going to flag. Oh, there he is. All right, let's do it again. I got to improve my Kraken, you know. I like to play it in Rapid Chess. Friday, I have a Rapid tournament. Last time I almost lost to an old man from Ukraine, you know, who probably was Master Strength back in the day, but he's like 79. And that same exact move order that Nefedov played against me got me in trouble twice now. Ruslan Bear is playing the white side of the Sicilian with a tempo down, so that's always good. Better to be a tempo down than a tempo up. With cheese. I'll check your game, Arsenal fan. After this, if I got a break before the next round. Of course, you could always submit the game for tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but Thursday. We could savor the flavor for Thursday. And if it's a brilliancy. I'm definitely not analyzing a game with Nefedov. Wow. F4. Tempo down variation. I'm so tempted to go for bullcrap here. Pawn takes pawn, knight g4. Bullcrap. F5, we pop him in the center. Boom. Now knight g4. How you like me now? Pew pew. Now I play it. Full tempo down variation. It makes sense to play d3 and then d4. I don't know why he's doing that. This is not the first time. Like, you can't make up your mind. Do you want to play the open Sicilian or the closed? No, I'll play both. You know, ironically, white is still hovering around equal here. Hovercraft. Yeah, I hate when people play like this with white. Oh my god. The take on c6. Like a Richie Rouser, but worse. That's a tired player move right there. Bishop a6, bro. Very solid. That's hope chess. Maybe I'll exchange my bishop pair. Well, we both have bishop pairs, but I like mine better. I actually feel pretty good for 8th round of our Blitz tournament on a Tuesday. Oh, I can trade bishops. What about my bishop exchange? See, my guy is important too. I don't know if I want to trade bishops. I can't even force the bishop exchange. Why am I trying to exchange bishops? Oh, God. What am I doing? The knight on e5 is... It's one of those one square pieces. It's sick. It's in the way. Just in the freaking way of everything. Let's do it this way. Presto changeo. Now, then you can change the other bishop. I don't want that to happen. This was kind of a weak move by me. Queen e7. What am I doing? Like, indecisive. Really indecisive move. Ah. Rook f2. That's hyper deep. Hyper sleep. The hyper deep rook f2. So he's got very dynamic pawn play in this position. He has to try to sort out like which pawn break he's going to go for. There's the a3 b4 break, or the h4 h5 break. Which would you prefer? Ah, the c4 c5 break. Now that's different. That's a little more like it. I have a4. Slow. Slow and bad. Sloth. Sloth it is. Sloth for 500, Bob. The verb or the noun? I just like free association. We'll just say whatever comes to mind. Masturbate. Pretend it's your like appointment at the psychiatrist. Say the first thing that comes in your mind. Sloth. Let's play a game. Masturbate. Free association. The word is sloth. He's probably playing. All right. I'll give him a break. Sloth cheese. There's the break. He's trying to kill my break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Bro, come on. He's doing nothing and fast. Maybe I should go for his knight. I should have gone for his knight with like bishop g4, bishop takes d1. The computer would agree that it's still just equal. Where's my break? That's fine. Whatever floats your boat. You gonna trade something on c4? I could have taken on b3. Wow. Oh no. Take the bishop. Now he's gonna trade the light square bishops off? What? Your bishop c4. You should have played bishop c4. Oh my god. That was a really bad move by Ruslan. I mean, bishop c4 looked fine. You can do that. Wow. Okay. This is getting interesting. That I don't like. Still not clear. You have to admit, like, he's really hung tough here. That e5 thing. I've got to try to leverage, like, avoiding draws. h4, nice. Uh-huh. I guess I might as well have taken on b3 at this point. Kind of a stupid move by me. Weird. Wow, in between move? What? How does that work? I don't believe it. You got pawn takes h7? Queen h5? Why are you lying to me? How does that work? Oh no, he just totally like went nuts. It's a total scam. He had something serious here. That was something bad happening there. I don't like the way that looked. Yeah, I was in trouble. +2 after bishop 65. Bishop 65 was a blunder. Damn. Wasn't for that, I was fine. I was panicking a little here. +3. I was +3. Magnus style. Is Gukesh back yet? None of this like talking about 4-year-old prodigy stuff. Yeah, I was fine until that blunder. Wow. Alright guys. One ongoing game. Dinakis is still going with Jeroen. Might want to be a little bit careful here. Wow. Was there another move there? Well, you could just take the pawn. Jeroen is clearly better. He's taking too much time. Don't use too much time, man. Just play. 5+3, you gotta play. Come on, Jeroen. You can't lose this. You could take a draw, maybe. If the time and he's tired. But objectively, okay, he does have to watch that outside pawn. Sorry guys, I just flipped the board on you. Draw. Jeroen's tired and he gave up a draw. But I mean, this outside pawn, it's like how I managed to win against stack draw. If you're low on time, an accident could happen. Even though black's up a pawn here, I don't think it's so easy. So a draw is kind of a reasonable thing to take there. We got a minute and 39. Arsenal fan wants to show his brilliancy. But you might want to show it on Thursday, as I said earlier, Arsenal fan. Oh, it was a 95. I played this against Redusu. Well, I've played it. So you're not doing, oh, he's doing the immediate, oh, you're doing C4. You know, A4 is the newer, right? So I haven't played the C4. It's like classical variation. Udasin Kramnik, 1994. Tal Shishkovsky, 1979. Arsenal is like Uber driver era. Sveshnikov. Looks like a really good game though. Black didn't know what he's supposed to do here. Yeah, I mean this is a King's Indian lesson. You never commit to E4 too early. Because you can lever him with G4. I'll take a look more later. As I said, if you're here Thursday, you should submit the game for our analysis stream. So we're going to be able to get in the 9th round. The general rule is like black never wants to play E4. If he plays 97, he just keeps the E5 square. Fischer in the King's Indian, you know. Like the famous game against like Gligorich or whoever. Where he, you know, he has to allow an isolated pawn on F5 or I don't know, on D6, whatever, you know. Like you think at first glance, like always playing E4 is a good thing, but the other thing is the D4 square. Another rule in the King's Indian that I usually follow is it's okay to play e4 if you have a pawn on c5, but don't do it if black doesn't have a pawn on c5. Don't play e5, e4. If you have a pawn on c5, it's much better because you control the d4 square. When black goes e4 in that scenario that you just had there, you know, obviously white will have access to the d4. TFS is watching. So what am I doing? Stefano had a bad result today. Usually it's been a factor. That, what Saxat Draw is talking about. Oh, something else. Okay. Sorry, I was thinking of something else. Do you remember Caruana Magnus when they had like the F4 G5 type of motif in the World Championship match? But Caruana was consistently playing the other line. You know, that's where we started seeing a lot of the A4 stuff. Just want to point out that black can play c5 here, and I think that's widely considered to be black's best move in this position. If he doesn't play that, then white might keep some kind of lingering advantage. But basically, the symmetrical Grunfeld fianchetto is like the equivalent of banging your head on a wall. It's basically impossible to get an advantage with white. Well, maybe it's impossible to get an advantage for either side. I used to enjoy it, but it's become really tedious. That's a bad move. The question, I guess, is how bad? Trading his bishop unprovoked doesn't seem like a good idea. I mean, it may not seem so bad now, and I guess his position is still fairly solid, but nevertheless, I think it boils down to what I would call lazy chess. A little bit lazy chess. Lazy, yes, chess. Lazy chess. Some risk involved here in e4. I have a very blocked bishop. Safer to play e3, but then it's not the easy combo plan. I'm pretty fried. This is a blitz game, and I hate closed positions in blitz games. We're just gonna go with the space, and no, I do not like knight b6. That looks pretty bad, pretty ugly for black. But still, his position remains relatively solid. To some people, like, I don't know, Karpov, Wojciech, I mean, I don't know, you know, some positional players. Dude, knight h5 is terrible. Maybe Stefano's little brother played this week. Or maybe he's just tired. Knight h5, those knights are really lost, man. Tactical means of a tactical means of saving your knight. Bishop f3. That's lame. h4. Not a good idea. So ultimately, this is a really crafty move now. Bishop h6. Black's able to prevent me from achieving the plan. Knight on d2, not a barn burner. You want to recycle? Not on my watch. Alright guys, thanks everybody for playing. Tournament right on schedule. Exactly 2.5 hours. There was a great Fianchetto Grunfeld played in the late 90s between Karpov and Kamsky. How do I do this? Bishop c1? Or just wait? Please wait. I'm running out of time. Tactically, I need to figure out a way to do this. I have Queen H2. Looks terrible for black. Do you have F6 or F5? Like that earlier game I had against the other guy. Ooh, this is F5, pawn takes F6. Nah. That's not very good. Now you wanna try to break free with C5? Guys, we're gonna need some room. Can you all just give him some room? He needs some oxygen. Queen B6 even. Define a frontier. Yeah, you're gonna play C5. And it started to rain. Unexpected thunderstorm. Rain showers here. Getting out of the pin. Alright, I can't take it anymore. We're gonna... Wow. This guy likes defending. He likes having no space. That's a product of getting outplayed on a regular basis and having to defend and just making do with what you can. If you don't play the opening well, you're going to get into a position where you don't have space. Some people start to become really good defenders as a consequence of that. You know, he's defended very resourcefully from what was a terrible position for black. He went from probably like -4 to minus, 1.5 or -1. Somewhere in the last 20 moves. Just incredible swing in the evaluation. I was destroying him, and now he's still alive here. We're on move 27 and black is still alive. Maybe he's still losing, but it's close. Very much reminds me of the game with Denekis earlier. Similar situation. Opponent maybe doesn't study openings that much, gets positions with less space. Here I was hallucinating. Black could play queen c5. That's an interesting concept. Nice. Nice. Queen exchange. Not today. I was heading for d6. I can't just leave my pawn hanging. Yeah, of course. Wow, it's really raining now. Perfect timing on that with no time left. That's a bad choice. Black had to play knight f8. Knight f8 was literally the only move. I have to close the other windows after this game is over. I'll be right back. I'll be back to recap the tournament. But I have to go resolve the other windows as well. Tournament recap. BRB. Beep. Alright. Now it's stopped raining. Alright, guys. I will be right back. Alright guys, we're back. Thank you for playing. My score looks good, but in truth, I had some very, very unpleasant situations against Ruslan Nefedov and Saksaktrov. Definitely not smooth games. So this wasn't a wipeout. Arsenal fan impressive, got up to 7 points with 4 in a row at the end. So you finished with a solid performance. Nice job getting second. Saksak draw. Played basically seven rounds, not 9. Finished third. And Dinekis was in the mix the whole time. Addy left and came back. Nefedov, as always, late, but affordable. Redusu left with 3 rounds to go. He could have actually reached the prizes. Big prizes, by the way, this week. Ruslan Bear, Stefano, and Yeruin finishing in 10th. Asterbait and Zenchess out after 4 rounds. Asterbait with, I got me a bye. So good job on that, Asterbait. You got you a bye. Nobody goes home empty-handed in this tournament. Uber driver scored 1 point. Schumacher 5 games. Thanks guys for playing, everybody. If anyone's interested, play Cheesy Noob with some training games. Arsenal fan, you can send me the game for Thursday. If you want, or something else. And thanks to those of you guys who did donate some gift subs. Gypsy99999, Asterbait, Zenchess. Thanks for the gift subs. We need more followers. And as always. Oh my god, bang is bang the table. God damn it, Jerry. So, Pawnda thanks you. Hey. God damn it. Thanks guys for playing. Seriously. And it was fun. The Arsenal fans are used to second. Nice. Nice. Shots fired from the Z3 Snake. That hurts. Alright, I'm going to leave on that note before things erupt. And thanks everyone for playing. I'll see you on Thursday for the analysis stream. Bye-bye.